I got into music. I was always musical because I just always danced and sang and all kinds of fun stuff. My dad played like Persian percussion, and my mom always sang, and we used to throw parties back in Iran. Once we left there, I just started doing music, did like jazz. I grew up playing drums.
So I started music at a very young age. I was 4 years old, and I started basically with piano lessons.
So how did that happen? Did you just sort of wake up one day and decide that you wanted to be a pianist?
That whole period of my life is a bit of a blur from like the age of 4 to like 14. It was like hardcore into like classical piano.
But I also chose it. I chose it because I like Beethoven. He's my favorite composer.
I did a lot in that time span, so that kind of shaped my early musical experience overall, and I didn't listen to a lot of stuff that was really popular at that time. My parents listened to a lot of folk music and classical music and opera and all sorts of interesting, eclectic kind of things, and the most pop-related stuff would have been like maybe like ABBA or something like that.
When I was in grade 1, my mom bought me a guitar, and I was like, this sucks.
You didn't play guitar.
I know. I traded it for a drum set, and then I was like, this is more my vibe. And then became best friends with these two brothers in grade 3, and their parents were ex-hippies who had a studio. And so I'd go over to their house on the weekends and we'd jam and make music. Also, I was lucky my mom played piano when I was growing up a lot. So we had a big grand piano in our living room. So I used to jam it on the piano and hang out with her, and she'd make me sing Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon, let me stay amongst the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter or Mars.
I think like my introduction to music is a lot different than most kids growing up, because I was born in Iran, so at that time you didn't really have like music channels or music videos. You know, you call a number and a random dude would show up to your house. You know, this is like when I'm 7 years old, 8 years old, and he'd have like 2 suitcases of like VHS tapes of movies and music videos, and they would like record these in Turkey or wherever else and smuggle them to Iran. The first time I saw anything with MJ was this record. I saw Thriller for the first time. I lost my fucking mind, man.
Literally one of the first electronic records that I was like obsessed with. Tool's one of my favorite metal bands.
I was just obsessed with this record, man. Like I would watch Thriller over and over, like everything. Billie Jean, all his moonwalks. Like I would like study his movements and his demeanor. Like, you know, I still sing like him. I feel like, fuck, man. I used to want this jacket so bad. I would like put tape around my fingers like he did. I was so like mesmerized by what he looked like and how he would do the splits. I tried doing the splits like him. This is normal in America, you know? Men don't dress like this in Iran. But when you're an artist, you can do whatever you want. So I was just like, I want to be an artist because I want to have an earring in my ear. You know, the guy would come to your house and be like, all right, this movie is aliens. It's about a bunch of aliens. That's the first, and you know, we don't understand anything that we're saying in the movies. We just like watch it glued to TV.
Yeah. For drumming, my favorite drummer probably John Bonham, or one of them. It's like John Bonham, Dave Grohl, Chad Smith, are my 3 faves.
To me, style is such a subjective thing. Like, people can look at other people and be like, oh, his style's bad, or like, that looks whack, or whatever. But I think, like, if you want to go out and rock whatever you want to rock, like, good for you, you know?
I think I'm gonna do it.
And when you look back 5 years later, if you feel really shitty about it, like, you just gotta own that, you know?
Vintage clothing. I love vintage shopping, man. Who do I look at? I used to, when I was younger, used to look at Pharrell. Like, I just love the fucking trucker hat shit he used to do. But right now, these days, I don't know, man, just random shit online.
You're like this much longer.
Like, it needs to be a little longer, right? You already have yours.
No, of course. We have to give a shout out to Favish.
Showing the bagel spot. Yeah, I love it.
Talented producer.
We made a dope song yesterday.
Made a dope song, and he brought us to a cool spot.
Amazing.
I feel like we're always evolving and always growing and always getting better and always just like perfecting our craft and like working on it. Like me personally as a writer, the way I write and melodies I come up with and just shit I see in real life and things I think about and experiences I have in life, in my personal life and in like my musical life, it's always building and it's always growing.
It's our investment, it's our livelihood, it's our journey, and you know, you just got to keep going.
I guess that's what I want to see it just keep building, man, you know? I want to keep doing music as long as I can, till I'm as old as Steven Tyler and I can be on stage with bandanas and rags hanging off my fucking mic stand and singing and just being cool, because being an old, cool musician is the goal. Growing up and watching all those VHS tapes, all the pre-recorded MTV music videos and all the stuff that my parents got for us to watch. Man, I owe everything to my mom and dad because they are the reason why we're here. They're the reason we left Iran, you know, so that we could pursue our dreams, you know. I mean, they had goals and they had aspirations and things that they wanted to do, but they left it all behind for us to come here. So I owe everything to them, being able to walk around and pursue my art and do music and be on stage and perform just like all those artists I grew up watching, you know, is because of them. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you, and I appreciate everything you guys did for us to be able to come here and do this. For me to be on stage, sing and dance and jump around and, you know, do exactly what the artists I grew up watching did. I am music. I am art because of my mom and dad.